The WeRPN Workplace Violence Prevention Toolkit, Module 4, Dealing with Harassment and Bullying. Developed by WeRPN with the support of the Government of Ontario. This module includes the direct approach, informal and formal actions, addressing the situation, short-term solutions, and warning signs. Options to deal with individuals that may have harassed you include making a direct approach. This is often effective in dealing with less serious harassment situations. Talk to the person who is bullying or harassing you. Their behavior may be unintentional and would stop if they were aware of the effect. You can make this approach alone or with the help of your union or HR representative or a friend. If you do this, it's important to use a calm and reasoned approach and to make a note of everything that is said. You can do this either at the time of the incident or immediately afterwards. An informal approach would be to discuss the incident with your manager or supervisor. Ask if you will be named or if this is anonymous when the meeting occurs, how the outcomes will be communicated, what the action plan is if this is unsuccessful, and what other options may be available. The formal approach is when a written complaint is filed in a report. This approach is often used when the abuse continues or is of a serious nature. Be sure to follow organizational policies and procedures. Address the situation. If you are bullied, there is a need to take immediate action to deal with the person or persons who are bullying you. Grime and Grimes suggests the following actions in order of decreasing effectiveness. Assert yourself verbally by using such phrases as, "I'm not comfortable with what you're doing," or saying, "Please stop that," or "I don't like that." "Thank you, but no," for example, when asked out on a date. Use the traffic light system as a measure. A red light means that the action is offensive, such as being asked for a sexual favor or inappropriate touching. A yellow light means that the situation is bordering on being inappropriate, for example, being questioned about your personal life. And a green light indicates that you're comfortable to proceed, such as being asked if you had a good weekend. Express yourself non-verbally may be demonstrated when you turn and walk away, frown, or shake your head. The least effective method is to say nothing. However, in some situations, this may be appropriate if you believe that any form of confrontation may escalate matters, in which case it should be immediately reported afterwards. Once immediate action is taken, consider how to address bullying on a longer-term basis. The first steps are to look for short-term solutions. Ask for a change in your shifts or schedule. Talk to other people. It's often helpful to talk to friends, family, trusted colleague, or workplace counselors. If you have the symptoms of stress and anxiety, seek advice from your family physician, nurse practitioner, or workplace occupational health and safety department. Many organizations provide employee assistance programs for staff to access anonymously. The importance of keeping a written record of incidents and events cannot be overstated. It can be therapeutic. It can help to clarify exactly what is happening so you can do something about it in the investigation into your case if you decide to make a complaint at a later date. If you find it difficult to write things down, remember to make your notes short and as simple as soon as possible after the event while they are still fresh in your mind. Remember the cardinal rule of documentation, so this shouldn't be foreign. Record the following details: the date of the incident, the location and time, the nature of the incident, your response, your immediate feelings at the time of the incident, actions taken or not taken, and the names of witnesses. Options for action. Before you decide which option to take, find out about your workplace policies and procedures. Speak to your manager unless they are the perpetrator. Talk to your union or human resources representative. They can explain to you your options and what might happen in greater detail. Employee assistance counselors may also be available, and this is a confidential and anonymous resource. Actions for assault, stop WPV. While bullying and harassment occur at work, at times assault may also take place. Consider the use of the acronym STOP WPV, or Stop Workplace Violence, as a tool to help when reporting an incident. S is for situation. Describe what happened. T is for type. Was the abuse or threat verbal or physical, or were there any weapons involved? Observers, make a list of any witnesses to the incident. P is for people. Make a list of everyone involved in the incident. W, where and when did the incident occur? Preceding factors. Describe the events leading up to the incident. V for verify. Note any injuries sustained, physical or emotional. To prevent the escalation of events, RPNs should learn to recognize and report behavior that is disruptive or could lead to violent events. Employees have the right to expect the work environment to promote safety from violent threats and harassment. They can actively contribute to preventive practices within their organizations by doing the following. Employers should have policies and procedures in place to prevent violence, harassment, and threats. And all employees need to be aware to adhere to those policies and procedures and be aware of it and report threatening or violent behavior. Follow established workplace violence prevention programs and incident reports. It is everyone's responsibility to prevent workplace violence. RPNs must take every action possible to help prevent violence of all kinds. Play your part by naming the problem, use the term horizontal violence, raise the issue, break the silence, and discuss at staff meetings. Determine process. Ask about workplace processes to deal with workplace issues. Engage in reflection. Keep a journal and raise self awareness of values, beliefs, and attitudes and behaviors. Begin or continue a path of personal growth. Own your shadow. Be the solution, don't be a part of the problem. Note it and address it. Develop caring behaviors, counseling, exercise, good nutrition, and adequate sleep. We RPN has created practice resources for RPNs. Our self care resources are a great tool to help you create a self care routine. Remember to use common sense when assessing patients, visitors, and colleagues. Use your nursing assessment skills and listen to that voice. Stay vigilant in your practice. If unsure about a person's behaviors or if the behavior changes, reassess the situation. Assessing for signs of potential violence, staring and eye contact, tone and volume of voice, anxiety, mumbling, and pacing. This concludes Module 4. Please move on to Module 5.